go. Let's start with the chorus. You ready? River, take me along.
There's no question that the climate is changing around this globe. And when you live near a very wonderful, beautiful, spectacular waterway such as this Hudson River, you have to anticipate the impact of that is going to have a significant effect here in the Hudson Valley.
River, 2, 3, run down to the sea. I was born in the path of the wind. It's one of the most beautiful rivers in the country, even in the world. And so it's important for people to protect that beauty. Changing great river, let you and me, river, run down to the sea. That's a pretty one.
Much of the global change on this planet comes about as a result of the use of what we call fossil fuels.
It's all about releasing greenhouse gases. So some of that comes from industry. Some of it comes from the tailpipes of our cars and trucks and transportation. Some of it comes even from the farms in the valley.
There's like factories along the river that use once-through cooling. So they'll draw river water in to cool the reactors and then dump that river water back out a lot warmer.
When we're trying to sort out what the consequences are, the thing that we focused on the most is the likelihood of increased extreme weather events. And these include both heat waves as well as an increased likelihood of flooding. Places where people have built within the floodplain, the problems they've seen in the past will only get worse in the future, and we'd like to head off the sort of deterioration of those situations.
Sea levels are rising, and when storms occur, we get waves coming up, we get streams that flow into the Hudson River, they overflow their banks, and they can cause damage to the facilities, the homes, the sewage treatment plants that are supposed to support our lives.
And there is some early evidence which is being correlated to climate change, which is that the fish populations in the river are changing.
We go fishing every day, twice a day, and I know that the educators who keep track of the different fish that we catch, they definitely see the trends, and they keep close tabs with the other groups in the Hudson Valley that are looking at how the fish are affected with the temperature of the Hudson River, how that changes due to climate change, and how that affects how fish can live in the river.
Many people that live here have a great awareness, appreciation, and love of the environment around them. So if there's ever a sort of population that's ready to take action, this population is it.
Creating the next generation of environmental leaders is what's going to need to happen for us to really stop climate change, because it's a big long-term thing.
I'm not a chemist, I'm not a geologist, I am not a scientist, but I know that if I conserve as much energy as I can, maybe if I'm the only one that does it, it's not going to have an impact. But if everybody that lived in the Hudson Valley did, turn off their lights and ride a bike sometimes and walk to the store and just be efficient in how they live, then we can actually decrease our impact.
But my hope is that we will start to transition. I mean, human ingenuity has gotten us through a lot, and my most hopeful side is that we will continue to advance in our technologies in a positive way and be able to find better ways to live in balance with our natural world as we become aware of the adverse effects of some of the things that we've decided to do in the past.
The thing about climate change is it's not a good idea to look at it as though it's a doomsday type of event that's coming. There are things we can do to live with it better than if we didn't plan ahead, and there are things we can do right now that will make the future effects smaller than they would be otherwise. The experts say we've got about 20 years, and if we don't change the way we do some things in about 20 years, then the future will be even more different than it's already destined for right now.
I was born in the path of the wind.